24B is 24 po.
Okay, so good morning, grade 11. Edison and Rutherford. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Ayan, nag-update kasi yung laptop at saka yung Zoom, kaya doon nakapasok agad. Well, anyway, I will have a discussion regarding our topic for today. So our topic for today is all about solving exponential equations and inequalities. So I actually gave your advisors the hard copy of our learning activity sheet. Actually, class, we call this as the class or the may sina sa unahan. So that would mean contextualized learning activity sheet. Di kasi siya generic. I mean, ako lang yung gumawa. Kasi may mga, di ba may module tayo, and I see that the module is bulky, tapos may activities naman doon na hindi natin ginagawa. So I discard some of the activities and topics that I think not so necessary to discuss with. Kasi nga yun, naghahabol tayo, di ba, ng time. So yung focus lang natin ngayon is kung ano yung sa tingin ko more probably yung magagamit nyo by the future. Okay, lalo sa college. Ayan. Ayun nga. So if you don't have the hard copy, kung di pa kayo nakakuha, I actually uploaded this class or the learning activity sheet in the Google Classroom for you to view it or to have it electronically. Okay. Anyway, so yun siya. So let's start our discussion about solving exponential equations and inequality. So before we proceed to the main topic of our discussion, for our main discussion for today, let us first discuss the difficulties that we may encounter during the process. So we have let's explore and discover. Actually, it's not really discover, but we are going to review what you have learned in your junior high school mathematics that would apply to our topic for today. So, ayan. So we have here unlocking difficulties. Take note of the following properties and laws that is useful in finding the value of x for an exponential equations and inequality. By the way, nagre-record ba tayo? Check muna. Okay, we are recording our discussion for future purposes. Okay. So we have here property of equality and inequality for exponential equation and inequality. So ayan, meron pa tayong property. So we have here, the property states that if we have a raised to b, Sige, ito muna ang inequality. Okay, the property states that if we have A raised to B equals A raised to C, therefore we can have B equals C and vice versa. So ibig sabihin po dito, kapag ang isang number na may exponent has the same base and they are equal, therefore their exponents are also equal. So to give you an example, let's take for example, we have sumusulat ba? Ayun. So we have x squared is equal to x raised to a. Therefore, since these two numbers has the same base, therefore we can simply cancel the bases. Okay? So ika-cancel lang natin yung base. So yan. Cancel natin si base. Therefore, we have 2 is equal to a. Okay? So yan po yung ini-explain ng property natin. So wherein A, B, and C are all elements of real numbers and that A should not be equal to 0. Why? Kasi po, of course, any number or any exponent na i-raise natin sa 0 will yield 0. Diba? Except 0, of course. Ayan. So explain ko later. So 0. Ayan po siya. Kasi nga 0 times 0 squared is 0. 0 cubed is 0. Diba? 0 raised to 1 million, 0 pa din. So, yan siya. Okay? Same way goes with our inequality. So, kung sa equality po, equal sign, ganun din po yung mangyayari sa ating tawag dito, inequalities. Ayan. So we have here, if A raised to B is greater than A raised to C, therefore B is greater than C and vice versa. If A is greater than if A raised to B is less than A raised to C, therefore B is less than C and vice versa. And if A raised to B is not equal to A raised to C, therefore B is not equal to C and vice versa. By the way, class, I forgot that in your hard copy, I actually mistyped. I have typographical errors with your hard copies. Di ko kasi na-check, sorry. But if you are holding your learning activity sheet, paki-edit na lang po while we are discussing, okay? I also forgot that I uploaded the wrong file din, yung hindi yung revised version. So, siguro by today i-upload ko yung revised version kasi baka magkaroon tayo ng misunderstanding and confusion with regards to our discussion. Okay? So siguro hindi ko na kailangang magbigay na example with this part, with the property of inequality kasi same lang sila talaga ng concept or ng example na katulad ng binigay natin sa property of equality for exponential equation. It's that tawag dito, the symbol used is inequality. Okay? So yun po siya. So the point here is that we cancel the base if they have the same. Okay? Or if they are the same. Now, let's proceed to the laws of exponent. I know that you already learned this in your grade 7, I think, or grade 8 mathematics. So this topic would be easier ngayon since we are just reviewing. And I will just recall to you and give, I guess, some one example per law. So yon. Okay. So let's proceed. So we have laws of exponent. So we have actually we only have 6, I guess, but I included some of the exponents related laws that we might apply in our learning activity sheet or in our examples. Okay, so we have number 1. So we have if a raised to m times a raised to n, therefore the answer would be a raised to m plus n. So this means that if we are about to multiply a number or two numbers with the same base, therefore, all we have to do is to copy the base and add the exponents. Okay? So, ibig sabihin po kapag may dalawang number tayo na pareho ang base, yung base po natin dyan yung A, Ang gagawin natin sa mga exponents nila ay ipag-a-add. Okay? Let's take for example. Sige, tanungin ko kayo class. What is x times x?
X squared, sir.
Okay, very good. That is x squared. Paano nakuha si x squared? Kasi nga po, ano ang exponent ni x? May exponent ba si x?
1, sir.
Okay, 1. Meron though the exponent is not visible kasi hindi natin siya sinusulat, but technically, all numbers have an exponent, which is 1. Pero hindi natin sinusulat kasi considered na may exponent na yan siya na 1. So dito, we have x raised to 1 times x raised to 1. Katulad ng sinabi ko sa law number 1, if pareho ang base, so parehong x, all we have to do when they are multiplied is to add the exponent. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Kaya siya x squared. Okay? So, kunwari, another example. What if, kunwari, x raised to 6 times x raised to 109? So what would be the answer?
X raised to 115, sir.
Okay, x raised to 115. Because all we have to do is to simply add the exponents if we are about to multiply two numbers with the same base. Okay? O, yan na yun siya. Next. Sige, proceed na tayo. Review lang naman to eh. Okay. Number 2. If we have a raised to m times n, therefore we have a raised to m n or m times n. Okay? So, kapag nag-multiply tayo or nire-raise kapag ang isang number ay may exponent and we are going to raise that with another number, therefore, ang gagawin natin sa mga exponent is ipag-multiply. Let's take for example, we have x cubed squared. Ilan yan? Meron tayong based sa ating law, ipag-multiply daw yung dalawang exponent. So we have 6. Okay, so we have x raised to 6. So if we have x raised to a times, or sorry, x raised to a raised to 7, we have x raised to 7a. Okay? So nakita inyo yung kaibahan ng 1 and 2, di ba? So ayan. So magkaiba po kapag merong yung dalawang number pareho ng base and then we are going to multiply them at saka kapag i-raise mo pa yung isang number na may exponent na. Okay. So number 3. So number 3, we have AB raised to m, or the quantity AB raised to m is equal to A raised to m, B raised to m. Actually, class, this applied the law of distribution or the distribution property, distribution property pala. Now we are going to distribute the exponent, which is class na neglect ninyo sa learning activity sheets natin. Ito sa 5 na learning activity sheets natin, lagi nyo nakakalimutang mag-distribute. Okay? Kapag may nakita po kayong parenthesis, okay, kailangan nyo po mag-distribute. Lalo na kapag multiplication po yung ating operation. By the way, class, may confusion pala dito. Set aside ko muna yung law number 3, ha? Magkaiba po klase yung ganito. Magkaiba po si x minus 3 minus 2 kay negative 2 times x minus 3. Kapag ganito po yung nauna class, ang answer po dito sa first na sinulat ko is x minus 5. Ano ba? X minus 5. So yan siya. Bakit x minus 5? Kasi class, ang operation in between the parentheses and the number is negative sign, not multiplication. Okay? Dito naman sa latter part, ayan. So we have negative 2 times x minus 3. Ito yung negative 2x plus 6. Nakita niyo yung kaibahan? Kasi yung iba sa inyo nagkakamali pa dito. So kung dapat to, itong nasa unahan, Itong first part na to, para i-multiply ninyo, ang gagawin natin is lagyan ng parenthesis. Yung 2. So, x minus 3, x ay times, yan na siya. Ganito yung gagawin kung i-multiply. Ito yung itsura kung i-multiply. Kung hindi ganito at ganito lang sa nauna, talagang isusubtract lang natin. Okay? Marami nagkamali dito actually. Kaya ina-explain ko lang. Okay. Sige, balik tayo. Balik tayo sa example number 3. Simply distribute the exponent. So we have, if we have 7a raised to 2, that would become 7 squared a squared. So simplify further since 7 squared can be simplified further. So we have 49a squared. So that would be the answer. Ayan siya. Okay, number 4, we have a raised to m over a raised to n. If two numbers is divided and they contain the same base, all we have to do with their exponent is to subtract. Actually, class, it's amazing that it's the complete opposite of number 1. Okay? Si number 1 po and number 4 ay magkabaliktaran lang. Kung yung operation na ginamit natin sa number 1 is multiplication, ang gagawin natin sa number 4 is division. And their answer, kapag in-add natin yung exponent sa number 1, sa first law, ang sa fourth law naman na diniscuss natin is subtract. So kung multiply plus, kung division, subtract, di ba? Okay. So ganun siya. So let's take for example. Ito ginagawa niyo na ito minsan eh. X raised to 5 over x raised to 2. So ilan ang sagot? So x raised to 5, x raised to 2, subtract the exponent. So we have x cubed. Ganun siya. Okay? Medyo bilisan na natin kasi nga ito ay review. Ayan, pag may naalala ako na na-commit nyo during our learning activity sheet, ayun. I-discuss natin. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is actually similar with number 3. All we have to do is to distribute the exponent. So if we have quantity of a over b raised to m is equal to a raised to m over b raised to m. So if we have x over 2 squared, that would become x squared over what is 2 squared, that is 4. Ganon din pag 1/2. 1/2 squared. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. Ayan po siya. Next, number 6. A raised to 0 equals 1. It means that any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So paano yun siya? Kunwari, pi raised to 0, lawan yan. 1 million raised to 0, 1 yan lagi. O kahit 1 million times 1 million times 1 million, yung answer nun, raised to 0, 1 yan lagi. Any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1. So what if circle 0 raised to 0? Diba? Kasi nga kanina may condition tayo na ano, diba? Na except 0. So kapag po 0, diba? Any number multiplied to 0 is equal to 0, diba? Tama? Tama ba ako? So kunwari, kung 0 raised to x, yung x is any non-zero number, that is 0. Tama? Tapos, kapag any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. Ngayon, paano yung 0 raised to 0? Katulad yung sinasabi ko last time sa indeterminate, yung 0 over 0, diba? Nakaraan 0 over 0 lang yung problem natin. Ngayon, 0 raised to 0 na. Ngayon, diba, ito na siya. Tama siya sa point na 0 raised to x siya, diba? 0 yung answer. Pero tama rin naman na x raised to 0 is 1. So ano ba yung sagot? So Ang tawag dito class sa ganitong cases, katulad sa indeterminate is ambiguous case. Meron tayong mathematical ambiguous case in mathematics na a problem or a solution can have two or more answers based on the law. Kasi sa math, kailangan isa lang yung sagot and it should be exact. So just like 0 divides 0, 0 raised to 0, yun po ay mga ambiguous cases. Ngayon class, ba't hindi ko sinasabing indeterminate? Kasi nga, I am not certain with the term. Nakalimutan ko kasi may tawag din doon eh. Pero hindi ko lang sure kung indeterminate din yung tawag. Well, anyway, sige. Kung gusto niyo alamin, that would be your assignment. 'Di ba? Okay. Next. Sige, proceed tayo. Basta any number, any non-zero number when raised to 0 is equal to 1. Okay. Next po, we have a raised to negative m is equal to 1 over a raised to m. So, any number po, kapag negative ang exponent, ang gagawin natin is we will reciprocal the number. Let's take for example, we have 7 raised to, sige, variable na lang yung base. X raised to negative 3. Ang una natin gagawin class is to reciprocate the number. So, anong gagawin pag i-reciprocate? Meron siyang 1 over. Diba? I guess every one of you have heard the word reciprocal, right? So, gagawing 1 over x, and then anong mangyayari sa exponent? Magiging positive. And vice versa yan siya, class. Okay, pwedeng baliktarin. So, ulitin ko, kapag meron tayong negative exponent, ang gagawin natin is reciprocal the number and then make the exponent positive. Paano, sir, kapag ang binigay is ganito? 1 over x raised to 5. Anong gagawin natin? Ganun din. Babaliktarin natin naman siya. So, gagawin natin x raised to 5. Since binaliktad natin siya, na-reciprocal natin siya, gagawin yung negative yung sign ng exponent. Okay? So, baliktarin yan siya, class. Ganun po. Okay? So, yon. And, okay na ba? Sige. Anyway, so, and lastly, we have this law that nth root of a raised to m is equal to m over n. So, ang mangyayari po dito, kung ano po yung exponent ng radicand, yung radicand, di ba, yung number sa loob ng exponent, yun yung magiging numerator. And then the index of the radical sign would become the denominator of the exponent. Okay, so let's take for example, we have cube root of x squared. So we have x raised to the exponent in the radicand, which is 2, over the index of our radical sign, which is 3. So the cube root of x squared is the same as x raised to 2/3 or 2 over 3. Okay? Yan po yan siya. So what if we have square root of x? So paano natin siya isulat using exponential form?
X raised to 1/2 po.
Okay, the answer is x raised to 1/2. Bakit x raised to 1/2? Kasi po class, di ba? Remember, any number technically, any number has an exponent of 1. And, di ba, sa radical sign, may 2 yan dyan na imaginary. Hindi naman imaginary kasi nandyan siya. Pero hindi na sinusulat kasi considered na pag square root, wala ng 2. So, yan siya. Kaya, 1/2. Okay? Yan po, yan siya. So, before I proceed, do you have any questions regarding our properties and laws of exponents? Marami tanong. Meron po. Okay, parang wala. Okay. So now I have here let's practice. So dito po, we will not discuss this anymore. Okay. Ngayon po, ang gagawin niyo is to do it on your own. Kasi starting this second quarter, actually ginagawa niyo na rin siya ng first quarter. Pero unlike nung sa first quarter na marami akong masyadong discuss and all, parang each each example, kailangan ko pa i-discuss. Ang gagawin natin for second quarter is that I'll give you the practice part. Bibigyan ko kayo ng mga practice fixing skills or parang seat work. And then bahala na kayo if you are going to use that or to practice with that or not. Sorry. Kasi basta meron. Okay? Bahala na kayo kung pa-practice niyo kasi dito po sa Let's Practice, a-apply niyo yung laws of exponent. Ita-transform niyo siya using our laws of exponent. And at the end of this class or learning contextualized learning activity sheet, meron po diyang answer key. Ayan. So, bahala na kayo kung i-validate ninyo kung yung answers niyo po ay tama or hindi. Okay? So, yun po, yun siya. Okay. So, ngayon po, I have here power table. Kasi baka magamit niya siya. Actually, I give you an example of a power table here. It's up to you if you are going to use this or you can create your own power table. Pwede niyong dagdagan ng iba pang number. Basta yung, ano ba yung purpose ng power table? Power table, yeah. Nabubulol ako sa power table. Oh my God. So, ayan. Yung purpose nito is to help you to determine the powers of every number. Ano yung sinasabi nating powers? So, ito, kung, let's say for example, ito yung powers of 2. Yan. Kapag yung 2, yung base na 2 natin, ito yung base natin 2, di ba? Kapag nilagyan natin siya ng exponent, lahat po ng numbers na answer nun is powers of 2. Kaya pag 2 raised to 2, 4, ang 4 ay power of 2. Okay? Ang 2 raised to 3, 8, ang 8 ay power of 2. Okay? So, yun po siya. So, ngayon, paano ito gamitin? Kunwari, gusto niyo malaman yung 2 raised to 4. So, punta kayo sa base, 2. Punta kayo sa power niya, 4. Ngayon, kung saan nag-intersect yung dalawa, yun po yung ating answer. So, 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. Pwede rin the other way around. Kunwari, nakita niyo sa a-answeran nyo, 125. O ano ang 125? So, 125, alam yung 5 yan, kunwari. Kasi may idea kayo. Ay, sorry, ba't sa base? So, 125. So, 125 is 5. Yung base, raised to 3. So, yan siya. Okay. So, yan po. Yan yung way natin. Yan yung way to use a power table. Now, it's up to you if you are going to use this power table or not. And you can create your own power table. You may put 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito naman kasing common eh, hanggang 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Pwedeng you include fractions, so 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, and so. It's up to you, class. Okay? So, yun po. Pwede rin maglagay kayong negative na power. So, you can put -1, -2. Okay? So, bahala kayo. Para guided lang kayo. So, sige. Ay, sorry. May mga typos. O, katulad nito, typo. You may have dapat to. You may have. Naging Bisaya na. Okay, anyway. So, yan siya. And that leads me to your, first performance task. O, later on. Sige, mamaya. Okay. So, yun po. So, sige, proceed na tayo sa main topic natin. How to solve exponential equations and inequalities. So, I have here the steps or the guides of solving these kinds of equations or inequality regarding our exponents. Okay? So, first step, ayan, or first step natin is to make sure that the base are the same. Later on, malalaman natin, class, kung bakit nga ba importante ang paglalagay ng same base or pagkakaroon ng base na pareho sa ating equations and inequalities. So ayan, look for the common base. So dito po, may example tayo. So we have 3 raised to 4x equals 27 raised to x minus 9. So again, look for the common base. Ayan. In this example, 3 is the common base. Bakit 3? So ang technique natin dito, class, to know what is the common base is to check if which base or which of the base is a prime number. Okay? Kapag may prime number po sa mga bases, more probably, yun na po agad ang ating base. So dito in this case, 3 is prime. Therefore, that would be our common base. Ngayon, ang tanong niya sa akin, paano sir kapag walang prime? Lahat sila composite. So ang gagawin natin, class, is to find the common base. So yun yung magiging problem natin ngayon. Okay? So yun na siya. So dito naman po, since 3 ang power base natin, thank you sir. Ang 27 natin is not a common base. And they are not the same with 27, di ba? Si 3 is not 27 and 27 is not 3 eventually. Pero there is a way of transforming 27 to 3. Right? So 27 indeed is a power of 3. So ngayon, ano nga ba ang exponent ni 3, ano nga ba ang exponent ni 3 para maging 27 siya? So kung ang 27 can be transformed into or can be represented by 3 times 3 times 3, therefore we multiplied 3 thrice or 3 times. So ang exponent natin is yun nga, 3 cube or 3 cube or 3 raised to 3. So yan, 27 is equal to 3 raised to 3. Now, to make the base same or to have a common base, let's substitute 27 with 3 cube. Kasi 'di ba, 3 cube is equal to 27. Tama? So wala namang magbabago sa equation natin. Same pa rin naman yung value. So ngayon naging, yan na siya, 3 cube. So 3 raised to 4x equals 3 cube raised to x minus 9. Bakit kailangan ng common base? Kasi note class, pakibasa, we cannot simplify an exponential equation or inequality if they don't have a common base. Okay? So yun siya. Hindi natin siya mas-simplify earlier. And malalaman natin kung bakit mamaya-maya lang. So yan siya. Di ba ganun din naman? Kasi di ba pag may gera, iba yung base ng China sa Philippines. Tapos ikaw, Filipino soldier ka, pumunta ka sa base ng China. Di ba? Siyempre, magkakagulo. So ganun din sa exponents. Kailangan pareho yung base, di ba? So kung 3 lang, kung Filipino lang, kung Chinese lang, maliban lang kung siyempre may tulong. Pero considered na yun as fleet of the Philippines or China, di ba? Kung may ibang nationality man na tumulong. Pero dapat, same base. Ganon. So number 2, if possible, apply law or laws of exponents to simplify. So kung pwede tayo mag-apply ng laws of exponent, gawin natin. So in this case, meron ba tayo dapat applyan? Yes, meron po tayong dapat applyan. Itong 3 raised to 3 raised to x minus 9. Now, based on our law na a raised to m raised to n should be equal to a raised to mn. So yan. So pagsasamahin natin itong 3 and itong x minus 9. So we have 3 raised to 4x equals 3 raised to 3 times x minus 9. So that would yield us an answer of 3x minus 27. Again, class, do not forget to distribute. Malaking kasalanan po pag hindi tayo nag-distribute. Okay? 'Di ba? Parang sa paper din niya, 'di ba? Minsan ang bibigyan lang ng paper ng teacher ninyo pag exam yung first people at the first row, 'di ba? First people at the first row. Yung mga people at the first row, 'di ba? Of course, ang mga gawin ng mga people na yon is to distribute the paper at the back. O papayag ba kayo hindi kayo abutan ng papel at mag-e-exam na? Syempre hindi. Ganon din sa math. Di rin papayag si 9 na hindi siya mabigyan ng biyaya. Ganon. Tapos ito, nakalimutan ko lang. Sa inverse, marami nagkamali. Kasi nga hindi nag-distribute. Ito ata yun eh. 1/2 2x minus 2 ata, if I'm not mistaken. Kunwari lang. Tapos may minus 4 ba yun? Ay, minus 1. May minus 1 ba? Or plus 1. Yan, plus 1. Ang ginawa, kinancel lang to. 'Di ba? So we have x minus 2 plus 1 na natira. O, ang x ay negative 1. 'Di ba? Yun yung nilagay. Mali. Maling-mali. Dapat, 'di ba? Dapat dinistribute yung lahat. So dito 1/2 din doon. So we have x minus 1 plus 1. O x na yung sagot. So siya ay inverse. O sa inyo, di nyo dinistribute kaya hindi siya naging inverse. Kaya mali. Ganon. Ayan siya. Anyway, balik tayo. So kailangan mag-distribute tayo. So dito na tayo. Ayan na siya. 3 raised to 4x equals 3 raised to 3x minus 27. Now, for the third step, so we cancel the base. Bakit tayo magka-cancel ng base? Kasi we now apply the property of equality kapag equation and inequality naman kapag inequality. So yun. So yun siya. So since 3 ang base natin, pwede natin siya i-cancel. Yun pala sir yung purpose kung bakit po kailangan pareho ang base from the very beginning. Exactly. So yun po yung kailangan natin. Dapat pareho yung base. So now we have 4x equals 3x minus 27. Ngayon, kung ganito na yung form niya, mas madaling nating masolve yung value of x. So simplify and evaluate further for the fourth step to find the value of x. And yun na siya. So we have 4x equals 3x minus 27. And then we have 4x, lipat si 3x, so magiging negative equals negative 27. And x is equal to negative 27. So that is the correct answer. If we're going to substitute negative 27 to the original equation, equal then equation siya. Okay? So yun po. Ngayon po class, sige, I give you time to to look at these examples. Okay, to process these examples. And then later on, I will give you siguro 2 to 3 examples siguro of exponential equation and inequality. Okay. Nakita niyo yung process kung paano tayo nagsagot, di ba? So, ayan po yan siya. So, okay. Alam ko marami nagtanong dito eh. O sige, tanongin ko kayo from the whole class. You need to listen with this, explanation. From here, we have negative 2x is greater than negative 3. Pero, bakit ang answer naging x is less than 3 over 2? Anyone from the class, kung bakit? Ano yung naging explanation natin dito?
Sir,
Yes po.
dinivide po sa negative 2 yung both sides. Tapos kapag dinidivide po yung inequality, mag-change po yung sign.
Okay, thank
Kapag
you, Ivy. So, thank you, Ivy. That's correct. Katulad ng sinasabi ko, and paulit-ulit, Char. Hindi na paulit-ulit. Nare-remind ko lang. So, kapag nag-multiply or nag-divide tayo ng negative number to any inequality, magbabaliktad po yung sign. So, in this case, naging negative 2x is greater than negative 3 siya, di ba? So, divide negative 2 to cancel, di ba? To cancel 2 from the x. Ngayon, since nag-divide tayo ng negative, naging baliktad yung sign. Naging less than. So that would become 3 over 2. Positive kasi, di ba? Negative divide negative is positive. So this is the final answer. So tama yun. Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan yun. Lagi yun siya, class. Okay? So ganun po. Ayun pa pala, class. Nakalimutan ko lang. May mga mali din kasi. Halimbawa, kung gusto niyo baliktarin yung yung answer ninyo, ayun niyo yung nauuna yung number kaysa sa x. Halimbawa, kasi meron doon na parang ang answer is -3/10 is ganito ata. So negative 3/10 is greater than x. Kung gusto niyo siyang baliktarin, class, baliktarin niyo rin kung saan nakaharap yung bunganga nung nung inequality. So magiging siya, x is less than -3/10. So babaliktarin nyo rin yung sign, class, kasi binaliktad nyo yung buong equation. 'Di ba? So ganun po. Iba kasi stay lang na ganun, which is mali. Okay? O sige. Since nandiyan na rin naman yan sa ninyo, actually kasi may mga typo dito sa hard copy ninyo, paka-check na lang. O sige. Ngayon, class, sige, tayo? Siguro 2 examples. Okay. So let's have, first example is, isip tayo. Okay, so let's have this one. So we have 125, 1/3,125 raised to x plus 2 is equal to 25 raised to x minus 3. So ano yung gagawin natin, class? Okay, so ang gagawin natin is dapat pareho yung base. Pero sa tingin niyo ba, mahanap natin agad yung base? Agad-agad? Di ba medyo mahirap? So kailangan may gawin tayo dito sa, dito. Kailangan may gawin tayo dito para umangat siya. At para madali nating mahanap yung base. So ano yung gagawin natin? Ano kayang law or mathematical explanation para, maangat natin siya?
Sir, 3,125 raised to -1 po.
Okay, i-raise natin sa -1. Si 3,125. Bakit? Kasi, class, i-reciprocal natin si 3,125 para umangat. So 3,125 raised to -1. Di ba kapag nagre-reciprocal tayo, class, merong may -1? So yun siya. Okay. So times x plus 2. Yan po siya. Equals 25x minus 3. Ayun na, class, mas napadali yung trabaho natin, di ba? Ngayon, class, hindi pa yan common base. Ano kaya yung common base? What is the common base?
5 po.
Okay, that would be 5. So now, 320, ano kaya yung kung 5 man yung base natin, what would be the exponent of 5 to give an answer or to yield an answer of 3,125?
5 raised to 5 po.
Okay, 5 raised to 5. Okay, so 5 raised to 5. Tapos, class, wag nyo kakalimutan yung mga iba pang exponent. May -1. Tapos, meron pang x plus 2. Okay? So, ayan. Equals, ang 25, of course, 5 squared yan, di ba? X minus 3. O, dito na tayo sa kabila. Now, ayan na siya. Ang gagawin lang naman dito, di ba, sa mga parentheses, sa mga exponent, since itong 5 raised to 5, i-raise mo sa -1, tapos i-raise mo pa sa x plus 2, tama? So, ang magiging answer niyan is ilan? Pag i-multiply natin, so that would be 5 raised to ano, 5 raised to negative 1 is negative 5. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5 times x plus 2, that would be, ano, negative 5x minus 10. Tama? Nakuha ba, class? Ipag-multiply natin itong tatlo. Itong tatlo. Kasi, di ba, based dun sa law natin, hindi ko na isa-isa diniretso na, di ba? Ipag-multiply nyo na lang yan yung tatlo kasi mga exponents. And then, ganun din dito, pag-multiply itong dalawa. So, we have 5 raised to 2x minus 6. So, yan siya. Ngayon, pareho na ba yung base? Yes. So, magka-cancel na tayo. So, after canceling, i-bring down natin sa exponent. So, we have 5x minus 10 equals 2x minus 6. So, ilipat natin yung mga numbers with the variable or with the like term, yung mga like terms. Ibig sabihin kung pareho sila may variable or wala, kung constant. So, let's have 5x. So we have negative 5x minus 2x equals negative 6 plus 10. Tama? So we have negative 7x equals 4. Divide both sides by negative 7 by negative 7. So x is equal to negative 4 over 7. O si negative sign, class, pwedeng sa taas, pwedeng sa gitna, pwedeng sa baba. Walang kaso. Okay? Question po. Walang question po. Okay. Siguro proceed tayo. Siguro last example na rin. Wala din naman nagtatanong eh. Hirap-hirapan ko lang. Okay. So, siguro bigyan ko kayo ng inequality. Ano ba? Wait lang. Isip na ako ha. Okay, ito. So we have 1 over 27 raised to x minus 2 is greater than 729 raised to 3 minus x. Okay. Siguro class, bigyan ko na lang kayo ng siguro 3 minutes to answer this one. And then later on, we will discuss the answers and the solution. Okay? Sige. Okay, so now let's discuss. Kung napahaba yung okay, sige. By the way, for the secretaries, I forgot. Every time we conduct our online class, you check the attendance of your section ha. I forgot. Baka na naman. Ayun. Anyway, sige. So, ano yung una natin gagawin? Since, ayun nga, si 27 ay nasa baba, all we have to do is to reciprocate that using the law of exponent that we have earlier. So, magiging, ano siya? 27 raised to negative 1. Tama? So, x minus 2 is greater than 729 raised to 3 minus x. Now, 27, either 27 or 729 are not prime. Oh, mali yung construction ko, di ba? So, neither 27 nor 729 is a prime number. Hindi sila prime. So, ngayon po, hahanapan natin sila ng common base. So, ano ang common base natin? Tama ba? Kakasulat ko. Okay, 3. The common base is 3. Now, if 3 is the common base, let's search for the power of 3 with 27 and 729. So, 27 is equal to what?
3 raised to 6 po.
3 raised to 27.
3 raised to 3.
Okay, 3 raised to 3. Okay, don't forget yung mga exponent na iba. So, meron tayong negative 1. Meron pa tayong x minus 2 is greater than 729 is 3 raised to
6 po.
6. Okay. So, raised to 3 minus x pa. Now, use or apply laws of exponent if possible. So, pwede nga. So, dito, pag multiply natin tong tatlo, ayan. So, we have 3 raised to 3 times negative 1. That's negative 3 times x minus 2. That would be negative 3. Tama ba? X plus 2. Tama? Is greater than 3 raised to 18 minus, tama ba 18? Minus 6x. Tama? O, tama. Check nga, baka mali. O, tama. Okay. So now, we can cancel the base. Ayan na. It's all about that base daw, sabi ni Megan Trainor. Okay. Pero base pala, ano pala yun? Base na sound quality. Hindi siya yung base na E ang dulo. S kasi yun, di ba? So anyway, corny sir. So we have negative 3x plus 2 is greater than 18 minus 6x. Now, further simplify, we have negative 3x plus 6x. Bakit naging plus? Negative siya sa kabila. And 18 minus 2. So we have 3x is greater than 18 minus 2. That would be 16 divided by 3 divided by 3. X is still greater than. Kasi hindi tayo nag-divide ng negative sign or nag-multiply ng negative sign to both sides of the equation. So we have x is greater than 16 over 3. Hindi na siya pwede lowest term. So that would be the final answer. Okay? Question. Wala pong question. Okay. So, wala. Okay. Going back to our class, ayan. So, ayan. So, meron po tayo ditong let's do this. Paki-check po dyan yung number 5 kasi may typo error dyan, yung nakuha nyong hard copy. Kasi dapat yan, 8 raised 2x minus 3. Yung 3 na sa taas dapat. So yan siya. Dito sa let's do this class, I don't require to submit this. Okay, kasama ng let's practice. So all you have to do is to find the value of x. Of course, kailangan ng solution. Hindi naman yan, di ba, minamagic lang. And so, ayun siya. So, bahala na kayo kung sasagutan ninyo. Basta, at the end of that, so dito sa let's do this, meron dyang answer key for you to check if your answer is correct or not. Okay? Ayun. So, yun lang din naman. So, we have the reference. Ayan. And do not forget that dun sa pinakadulo, meron po tayo dyang last. Ito yung sinasubmit natin. Remember? Basta kapag may header ng school, kapag meron dyang learning activity sheet, general mathematics, ayan po, and may mga specific guidelines and so, ayan siya. So, yun yung sasagutan. Okay? Ngayon po, class, since I give you the hard copy, it's up to you if you are going to pass that in hard copy or in soft copy or in Google Classroom rather. Pero class, I suggest kapag gusto niyo siya i-submit ng hard copy, mag-submit pa rin kayo sa Google Classroom. Kasi paano kunwari, hindi natin inaasahan na nawala yung paper ninyo during submission. Kasi di ba, ang daming dadaanan ng paper ninyo. Halimbawa, pagpasa niyo sa parents ninyo, tapos ita-travel pa yun ng parents ninyo, tapos ibibigay sa advisor, sa Rutherford, walang problem kasi ako advisor. Pero syempre, kung hindi ako advisor niyo, dadaan pa sa advisor ninyo, and then bibigay sa subject teacher, sa akin. So, maraming dadaanan, di ba? What if kung pinatong-patong pa namin yan kung saan-saan, di baka nawala. So, the best way is to still submit in the Google Classroom. Pero okay lang din na mag-submit kayo ng hard copy, pero mag-submit din kayo sa Google Classroom para just in case nga na mawala, meron tayong backup file, meron tayong evidence na talagang gumawa kayo at nag-submit kayo. Okay? So, yun po. Yun lang. By the way, class, since we are about to end our class for today, remind ko lang kayo na I already submitted my grade last Tuesday. Tuesday ba? Yeah. I also what's this? Give it to your advisor. Ayan, so sila na aming hawak ng inyong mga grado sa General Mathematics. So far naman class, as naman, kaso kasi may mga students na despite the fact that they completed the learning activity sheets that we have, 5 yun, di ba? Mababa kasi yung score, so I'm sorry. Ayun. I try my best to pataasin, pero wala talaga kasi hindi ko na kaya itaas pa yung grade niyo kasi may mga nakakakuha ng super taas na grade, which is actually unfair to those students who I taught with last few years, 'di ba? Kasi ang highest nila nasa 96 for the first quarter, and then may nakaka 98 and 99, pero mga contestant ko na 'yan sa quiz B, sa math camp and officers and so yon. So yun, parang nakaka-unfair lang to their part na I gave them my fullest teaching skills, tapos 'di ba? Anyway, kasi pandemic ngayon, 'di ba? That's our rationale naman, 'di ba, with regards to that. Pero yun, still, anyway, magkakatalo na lang talaga sa learning. Ayun. Kasi 'di ba? Anyway, grades is just a number naman, pero kasi this time wala tayong entrance exam for most of our schools. Kaya lagi kong pinapaulit-ulit na if I were you, sipagan nyo agad-agad pag grade 11 pa lang. Kasi nga, nakikita yan ng mga universities yung grades niyo since grade 11. And that would be their basis in, admitting you in their school. Diba? Ay nakita nila may line of 7 ka or line of 8. Siyempre, maano ka. I mean, kung yun talaga yung school na gusto mo tapos nagpahayahay ka during the process, yun. So you need talaga to adjust for your future. Ganun naman talaga, di ba? What is our actions today? Whatever actions we may do today will affect. No. Yun. So yun lang. Ano pa ba? I promise that I will be, what's this? I forgot. I promise that I will about to upload the answers and the learning activity sheets. Okay. Learning activity sheet number Ano ba? Numbers 1 to 5, sooner or later, sorry, busy kasi. So sooner or later, I will compile that for your, your copy of the answers. Para, though nagawa ko na kasi grade ninyo, kung gusto niyo pa mag-protest, well, okay lang. Pero at least you have the answer key. Ayan. So para ma-reviewhan nyo rin siya kung saan kayo nagkamali, kung ano yung kulang, and so. Okay, so siguro sana within this month magawa ko siya. Ayun, so yun lang naman. Ano pa ba? So yun lang. Anyway, so ayun. If we have other concerns, meron pa ba? Sige daw, question. Baka may gusto kayo sabihin or what? Wala? Okay, kung wala, siguro,
Sir?
yes, sorry.
Yung sa last number po, sir.
Okay, anong meron sa last number 4? Learning activity sheet, yung sasagutan?
Opo, sir.
Okay. Ito ba?
Greater than 2 ba yan?
Ha?
Opo, sir.
Ito. Greater than. Bakit? Oo. Nag-iba ba? Oo, greater than. Okay. May mali ba? Sorry. Di ko kasi masyadong pansin. Oo, greater than. Okay. Sige, under concern.
Sa chat na lang po, sir.
Okay. Sige. Okay. So, ayun po. Ano pa ba? Siguro if wala na, that's all for the day. Grade 11 Rutherford, stay muna kayo for a while. May discuss lang ng slide. The rest po, Edison, see you soon. Okay, goodbye Edison. I-meet ko muna kasi yung Rutherford. May short discussion.
Bye,
Okay.
sir.
Bye Edison. Rutherford, wag kang alis ha. Sakaling ko kayo.
Sir, pwede pong magtanong?
Yes po, sige.
Sir, yung kanina pong example dun po sa pinakalas, sir, may typo po ba doon? Kasi yung sa pag-solve ko po, negative 3x plus 6 po. Tapos po yung sa inyo po, plus 2
2.
po. Opo.
Dapat nga po, sir, 6.
Ay, saan? Sa last example? Hala, di ko napansin, sorry.
Opo.
Ano ba? Ay, wait lang. Sa last?
Hindi po, sir, sa example.
Sa example, sir.
Ay, okay. Sabi ko.
18 minus 6 po.
Dapat?
Dapat, sir, yung sagot po 4.
Tapos, ano lagay ko ay?
Yung nalagay nyo kasi, sir, negative 3x plus 2 po.
Ay,
Instead of
okay.
negative 3x
Sorry, di ko napansin.
plus 6.
Kaya sabi ko,
Opo.
kaya magtanong kayo agad. Anyway, sige, nakomit ko na. Robert, pwede ka na umalis, Char. Andito pa siya. Joke lang. Mag-meeting lang kami ng section.
Wala na yung episode nung gi-clarify yun. Ano yun, sir? Example?
Ay, okay. Last example ata. O sige, pag in-upload ko sa YouTube, lagyan ko na lang ng note dun sa may comment banda. Okay?
Sabihan ko na lang din po, Edison, sir.
Sige. Thank you, Robert. Okay. Okay na ba? Ito lang pala kayo. Konti lang pala yung umattend. Ayan. Okay. So, ayun. Class, remind ko lang. Ay, may nag-chat. Sige. Remind ko lang kayo of tawag dito, of our schedule next meeting. Kasi dapat, di ba, ngayong hapon dapat tayo magka-class, di ba? Pero yun nga, papasukan daw ata kasi kayo ni Sir Jazz mamaya for your philosophy. So, ang magiging schedule ngayon, yung dating time sa philosophy with Ma'am Net would become your oral com. Tapos, yung oral com nyo po, si Ma'am Net na yun siya. So, yung philo na time, yung philosophy na time natin, yun po ay magiging oral com. Okay? Yung oral com na time ninyo, di ba naging GenMath? Di ba? Yung time nyo ngayon na nag-GenMath tayo minsan nung Thursday ng hapon, na po yan siya, philo. Okay? Tapos yung GenMath po natin, balik tayo sa original schedule natin na Monday morning. Okay? First thing in the morning po yun siya. So, ilang kayo? 20? 20 na lang. Okay. Kasama pa ako. Ayan. So, 20 kayo. Okay. Ngayon class, ano din, ito kasi nakalimutan ko. I forgot. Busy ko, di ba? Kasi di ba,
Sir,
yes po.
anong oras na po yung e-tech?
Ay, e-tech. Last niyo ba yung e-tech or oral com? Wait lang ha. Kunin ko yung sked. Ayan. Okay, hawak ko yung schedule ngayon. Yung schedule natin ngayon class, ito, i-recall ko ha. Ilapis ba? Ayan. Monday, sige send ko na lang mamaya ha. Pero ito, Monday, GenMath ulit. Morning. Monday morning, GenMath. Tapos PM non-Earth Sci. Tapos, ang teacher is Ma'am Jane, di ba? Ngayon, pre-calculus, Tuesday. Ang Tuesday natin is pre-calculus and English for ACAD, Ma'am Tiny and Ma'am Ellen. Wednesday, magiging oral com na. Ang teacher nyo dito ay si Ma'am Net. Okay. And then, komunikasyon ang hapon. Wednesday afternoon with Ma'am Precious. Diba? Next, we have Thursdays. Morning pa rin ang e-tech. Pero ito class, itatanong ko po kay Ma'am Evan kung okay siya ng Thursday morning. Kasi yun yung schedule natin. Okay. So yun po. Tapos, ano pa ba? Forgot. Tapos oral com, yung oral com, ito na yung philo. So Thursday afternoon, ulitin ko, Thursday, e-tech and philo na siya. And then Friday pa rin, ng from 9 to 10, or depende kung anong gawin ni Sir Ram sa Friday, that would be PE and health. Okay po. So yun po yung bagong schedule natin. So yan. Next po, sige, send ko na lang mamaya yung copy ng bagong yung schedule, okay? For that would be for second quarter. Next po is your cards. Ay, grades pala. Grades. Yeah, and cards na rin. Actually, class, we are about to ano ba, distribute the cards this month sana. Pero as of now, we don't have the card. Di pa kami nagpiprint ng card. So, meron ako ditong mga grades. Actually, 4 to siya. 4 na ba to? Oo, meron ng GenMath, Earth Sci, Pre-Calculus, Komunikasyon, and PE. So, 5 subjects na yung meron dito. Ngayon, class, siguro kapag nakompleto na yung ating card ba to? Grades, na meron na tayong card, siguro I will send sige, tatanong ko muna. Siguro I send a virtual card, ganon. Through your messenger na lang siguro, and to your parents. Okay? Dapat kasi talaga parents yung nakakakita ng card, hindi kayo, di ba? Pero pwede rin, para aware kayo. So anyway, ayun. So magsasend na lang, kapag payagan ako, I will send card, okay? A virtual card. Yeah, grading report card on your parent and to you. Okay, to see how you do well during the first quarter. Okay? Class, ito pa pala class. Katulad ng lagi ko sinasabi, treat all of your subjects equally. Hindi lang kunwari ako advisor ninyo, sa GenMath lang kayo laging kompleto or sa pre-calculus dahil takot kayo kayo online. And so, kundi sa lahat ng subject class. Let's take for example, sa anong subject? For Earth Sci. Yung ang taas-taas niyo ba sa pre-calculus sa GenMath, tapos pagdating sa Earth Sci, ang baba. Ang pangit tignan ka sa card. Okay? Lahat okay. Kasi may iba sa inyo doon, may kulang lang na isa ang baba class ng grade, promise. So yun, paki-comply lahat. So, ayun din. Siguro, kasi ito din, hindi namin na-resolve. all of you siguro check all means of communication ng possible na magawa ng teacher sa inyo. Let's take, for example, you check your messenger, you check your Google Drive or your email, you check your Google Classroom from time to time. If they already, nakipag-communicate na sa inyong teacher or nagbigay sila ng requirements. And of course, siguro, di ba may mga LT kayo, tanong nyo na lang din yung LT leader ninyo kung meron na din, di ba? Pero wag nyo hingian ng sagot. Okay? Tanongin nyo na lang yung, yung teachers ninyo kung yun. Kung yung leader ninyo, yung leader ninyo kung may nabigay na ba sa teacher para hindi din kayo ma-left behind, you know? Okay, ano pa ba? Ito pa, I'm not sure ha, kasi hindi ko naman ma-judge kayo kasi nananghopya kayo in some of your learning activity sheet. Hindi ko nasabi sa Edison Science. Ayun, some of your learning activity sheet kasi ano tawag dito, hindi ko sana mapapansin kasi 'di ba kung na-perfect yung exam. Anyway, kung na-perfect yung exam kasi yun naman talaga yung yung process, 'di ba sir? But si sir maghahanap pa ng ibang solution. Yun naman talaga yung answer. Doon tayo pupunta. Pero bakit ko napansin? Kasi some of you even to, I'm talking in general in grade 11 some of you as grade 11 student, yung part talaga na mali doon, pare-pareho, parang ano ba to, kaduda-duda. Ganon. Kaya nalaman ko na may possible pala yon. So bahala kayo dyan. Again, katulad na sinabi ko, I can't see you, but he is always watching. Ayan, ako pa naman naniniwala sa karma. Medyo mabig, times 2 pa yon. Ganon, squared yung balik. Charot. So ayun. Mamaya sabihin ni Lord doon minus negative 10. Minus negative 10. Minus 10 ka kasi, ayun, joke lang. Ginawang joke. Okay, anyway, ayun. Yun lang naman. Okay lang siguro magtanong kung paano nakuha, pero not the solution and all. 'Di ba? Yun. And binigay niyo na yung papel. Tapos, ewan ko lang, nandito ba yung dalawa? Hanapin ko muna. Baka wala. Nandito ba si Kent saka si Nico? Ayan, si Nico. Nico, ba't yung answer mo doon? Nakita ko doon nandun yung English ba yon or pre-calculus? Nakita ko yung paper ni Nico doon ni Kent doon sa envelope mo. Tama ba? Paper ba ni Kent yun sa envelope mo or yung paper mo yun na kay Kent? Basta yun. Natawa lang ako. Anyway, baka scratch pero di ko na pinansin. Nilagay ko lang din doon. So yun. Yun lang naman.
No.
Ba't kaya? Iniisip ko kaya, bakit kaya?
Sa bahay po nila ako nung time na yan. Tapos yung mga
sabay
dito
lang.
mga module ko sir, ginalabas ko po doon sir sa may bahay nila. Baka nasama ko sir yung script.
Yun lang naman, anyway. Wala namang kaso, parang solution lang din naman yun. Pero pakicheck din yung envelope ninyo ha. Ano pa ba? Class, ito pa. Kapag may mga subject kasi na may mga module. Let's like for example, Filipino. Tsaka yung pre-calculus, diba? Di na rin si Ma'am tayo nagpapasagot doon. Pero binibigay sa inyo as learning material. Kapag ibabalik nyo na sa akin in class, yung envelopes ninyo, wag nyo na class isama yung mga modules na yun. Yung ibalik nyo sa akin, yung mga kailangang isubmit. Halimbawa, ano ba yung mga... Kunwari, di ba sa tatlong subject na binigay ko sa inyo last meeting, ang ibalik nyo lang sa akin class is yung philo, saka yung anong isa na sinasagutan? Yung philo, saka yung oral com. Ay, may oral com ba? Oo, yung philo, saka oral com. The rest class, halimbawa, yung Gen Math, huwag nyo na ibalik sa akin kung learning activity sheet lang din yun, okay? Huwag nyo na ibalik. Okay lang din naman. Kasi pampabigat lang, saka naguguluhan ako kasi ang dami-dami ng paper. Ganon. Tapos di rin pala ibabalik. So ibabalik ko na naman sa envelope ninyo and all, 'di ba? So 'yun. Saka yung mga sinauna pang mga mga module, halatang din yung iba din niya ginagalaw yung module ninyo, nandun pa rin sa sa lalagyan. Okay, tanggalin niyo class, huwag niyo na isama. So 'yun. Ano pa ba? May nakalimutan ko sabihin, nasa notes ko 'yun. Ay, ayun. Hindi naman si Ma'am nasi-stress. Ma'am Alfaro pala. Sige, Ma'am, nasi-stress na may mga bata na pumupunta sa school kasi allowed. Nakakapunta nga kayo ng ibang lugar, kakabike ninyo, saka sa mga mall, sa school pa kaya, di ba? So, ayun. Anyway, kahit na, ingat pa rin. So pwedeng kayo na lang din yung kumuha ng module ninyo, lalo na kapag yung parents ninyo ay busy. Kasi karamihan sa inyo busy. Kasi government employees din ata. So, kung meron din naman kayong time, di ba, mag-bike, daanan nyo na lang din sa school yung modules ninyo. So, yun. ayun, or kung saan kung lupalupan kayo ng Palawan mapunta, daanan nyo lang din yung modules ninyo, okay? Lalo na kung kailangan i-submit. Ano pa ba? May listahan ako, nawala eh. Ayun, anyway, ipupush ba natin yung ano? Ayan, sige, ito siguro last na lang. Gusto ko kasi kayo ma-meet in person na, I mean, you know, ipupush ba natin? Kaso, wala akong pera. Ano ba? Sige, Matthew. Ano ba? Willing ba most of the, kahit yung gusto lang, para kahit pa paano? Ano ba? Nag-usap na ba kayo regarding this? Wala pa? Hello, Matthew. Ay, nakikinig ba siya?
Yes, sir.
Ayun. Di ba may plan tayo na lalabas na tayo this January? Sa mga gusto lang or yung makakapunta lang kasi iba na sa iba yung lugar. So, yun. Sige, na lang. Sige, vote na lang tayo later, okay? Yung gusto, kapag siguro kasi dapat noong December pa, kaso nga lang may bagyo ata or what, maulan. So, sige ngayon January na lang. Kung okay lang. Total nakakarating naman kayo ng beach, sana all. Ng beach ka ng mga pool. Nakikita ko sa mga stories ninyo. Anyway, ayun, sige. Kung yun lang din naman, kung i-allow din naman kayo ng parent nyo, sige, go na lang din, di ba? Just to, to get along na lang din naman since matatapos na naman yung another school year na hindi pa tayo, di pa tayo medyo nagbabanding and so sige, push natin to. Sana ngayong January at di ako mabusy. Siguro sked na lang din ako. Kasi this weekend, meron din ako outing with my, graduating, mga una kong advisory class. So, hindi mo natin ma-push this week. Saka, konti lang yung preparation. So, siguro, kung meron man, siguro sa 30, may mga Adventista. Wala naman, di ba? So, sa 30 or 29, total PE lang din naman kayo sa Friday. Kasi on 23 class, meron akong lecture sa review center. So, hindi ako pwede. So, 30 tayo, okay? Ngayon po, sige. Siguro, dahil open yung Angelas, doon na lang muna tayo. Saka na tayo siguro mag-plan ng ng ma-overnight. Kasi alam ko nag-overnight yung karamihan sa inyo. Pero kasi parang di pa safe, saka di rin kayo papayagan ng parents ninyo. Anyway, kung mag-outing man tayo sa 30, siguro hindi ko isa-send sa GC ng parents yung parents consent na payagan kayo. But kasi nandun si principal, so i-underground ko na lang sa inyo mga students yung parents consent. Pero make sure na kapag meron kayong parents consent, yung talagang pinayagan kayo ng parents ninyo, okay? Hindi yung pinurge nyo lang. Kasi just in case lang, ayoko din mangyari. Or someone na magka-COVID sa atin, isa lang, sagot ko yon, okay? Ang hirap magdala-dala pa naman ng ganyan. So, tsaka yun lang naman. So, any concerns? Kasi di ko na kayo mamimit this week last na to. Any concerns po?
Sir, question po. Hanggang
Yes,
oras kayo sa
Charles.
school, sir?
Ha?
Hanggang oras po kayo sa school?
Ako? Ngayon?
Yes po.
Ano ba ako?
Ngayong araw po.
3 p.m. Kasi, class. Kasi 3 p.m. yung uwian na namin ngayon eh. So, ayun. Siguro, kung kukuha kayo ng module ng mga beyond 3 na, mag-chat kayo para pwede rin ako mag-extend. Okay? So, ayun po. Kasi wala rin ako kasama dito sa school. Nag-seminar yung karamihan. So, ayun. So, okay. So, ayun po. So, kung wala na rin po kayong concern and all, so I guess, sayang sa data, di ba? So, let's call it a day. Goodbye, class. See you next Monday. Electronics. See you, Char. See you on Monday. Bye.
Melendez.
Bye.
Melendez.